Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Just wondering if the fish are biting over at Sherman Reservoir.
I wonder who we could ask.
The expert at Trade Winds Marina, Mark, is on the line. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Good. How about you guys?
We're doing well. Wondering about the fishing to start with, and then we'd like to talk more about Trade Winds Marina itself. But this weather has been a little bit up and down. Now, today's going to be cool, a great day to go fishing midweek. And then the next couple of days are going to be warm. Great opportunity to get out and do those recreational things on the lake and do a little skiing and so forth. So how's the fishing going?
You know, there hasn't been anybody out. You know, with the storms and that, I didn't see a boat on the water yesterday, which was kind of weird.
That is weird. I would think somebody'd squeeze out and maybe get off on a Tuesday and sneak out there and get some. So we got up at about 5:30 this morning because we were going to go out and try and catch some crappie, and it started raining. Oh, so you've got rain there. It's real dark here. We might have had a few sprinkles, but we haven't had much rain. Did you get part of that storm over your way then?
It's been downpouring.
Oh, really?
It just quit here maybe 10 minutes ago.
Gosh, I don't think we got a drop or very many here.
And we had 3.5 yesterday in that storm last night.
Wow. So you caught like what Ord and Greeley and all those guys got. Wow. St. Paul,
yep.
Right? Yeah. So
I think a guy can go out there and catch fish. He just got to give it a shot. You know?
Yeah. You don't catch them just talking about it. That's for sure. And I know you've got all the tackle and bait and all of that then ready to go.
Yep. We got plenty of bait and tackle. Should have a fresh order of bait coming in. Fresh order of minnows coming in on Friday.
Okay.
So we'll be good to go.
Okay. Well, I know how hard you work to make sure you have those things. Sometimes it's out of your control, but glad that you're set up and ready. With the rain and so forth in your area, the lake level must still be pretty good.
It's plumb full. I think it's over full. So.
Oh, gosh. Well, that makes for a great summer.
Plenty of water in it.
Okay. So fishing should get good. It's going to get warm this weekend, but if you get up early and get out on the lake before the afternoon time, you can get several hours of good fishing in because of the early sunrise. So hope folks will take advantage of that. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about feeding ourselves, not the fish, because you guys have really ramped up at Trade Winds Marina on your burger selection, specialties, and all the different things you've added. Of course, the last couple of years you've been investing a lot of money in Trade Winds restaurant side of things, expanding and improving, and more people are talking about you.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it depends on what you've been doing, Mark. Well, let's say they're talking about Trade Winds Marina and how good it is.
Oh, well, I think we've taken it up a notch again this year. So we I guess we're trying to make it the best we can.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot of compliments and a lot of people showing up from all over. We've had some people quite a few people from Broken Bow have been coming over. So
nice.
Good. That's good to hear. And there's quite a few people, as you already know, that spend their summers at Sherman from Custer County who have either camping or have their own places over there. It just seems like for a number of years, Custer County's coming your way. A lot of folks in the Ansley area and eastern Custer County just naturally go your way. So you've probably got to know quite a few people from this area since you took over Trade Winds, so that's good. Oh, I hope they're behaving themselves.
Oh, most of them are. There's a couple of them that they know who they are. They're nothing but a pain in the butt.
Oh, boy.
And they do it on purpose.
I can imagine. Well, that's okay as long as it's good fun, giving each
Oh.
other a little bit of a rough time and in good humor. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about folks who maybe are interested, because we're talking about all the good burger selections and everything you have there, and the adult beverages and the beer garden and all the things that you offer there. What's the hours?
Excuse me.
Sure.
Right now we're open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., and then our grill's on from 11 to 8.
Okay. All right.
And, sometimes if we're just swamped in the kitchen, we'll have the girls stop taking orders at 7:30 or at 7:50.
Yes.
just so we can get the food out that's already in there.
Get the orders filled. You bet.
So don't if you're going to come.
Yes.
Don't wait till last minute.
Yeah, I understand that. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming event. I think it's upcoming, your service, the day that you set aside for people who serve us. Can you talk about that a little bit?
That's actually starts Friday.
Okay, that's coming up this weekend then.
Yep. And got a day of golfing for the veterans and the servicemen, first responders, police. We're going to have a day of golfing for them on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to get out on the lake and do some fishing, and then we'll have a banquet for them Saturday night and get them fed up and recognize the individual veterans and servicemen and women.
Okay. I wonder if it'd be okay for people in the area to drop by the marina in the afternoon, because I know a lot of the guys will come off the lake, depending on how the fishing is, and maybe kind of wet their whistle and sit around and talk a little bit. That would be a great opportunity just to drop by maybe and thank those service personnel for what they do.
Yeah, we're going to have them come into the marina for lunch.
Okay.
And then once they get off the water, we'll be going to the VFW in town.
Okay, very good. So there's a chance to thank them in person if people would like to do that. But appreciate what you do, and I know you have other people helping you put this on and volunteers to make this a special weekend for people who set aside their lives to help us in crisis and when we need help.
Absolutely. We got a heck of a bunch that's putting this thing together, and every year it's getting better and better. And I'd like to say we've got it to where there's no kinks or bumps in the road. But if you don't have bumps in the road, you're not doing it right.
That's right, because you're not growing, and things change every year. And I'm sure they're never exactly the same. So thank you again.
Right.
Real quick, talk about the 4th of July. When will the fireworks be going off around the 4th, and how's that going to work?
They're going to go off on Saturday the 5th.
Okay.
At dark.
Yep.
And we're gonna shoot them off right out in front of the marina again off the jetties, and it's a pretty dang good show. You can bring your boat and set out on the lake and watch it, and I think we're gonna help raise a little money for the fireworks. We're trying to sell premium seats right there at the marina.
Oh, okay. Good idea. Kind of generate a little
So if
revenue.
anybody wants a front row seat and a bucket of beer, reach out to the marina, and we'll see if we can get you hooked up to that.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks again for taking time early in the morning to talk to us. Imagine you're going to be busy this weekend, so best of luck to you there.
You bet. I was kind of hoping I'd be actually giving you a real fishing report on the water, but it's pretty wet. It rained pretty hard, so we might see what it's going to do. It looks like it's kind of clearing off here, so we might give another half an hour or so and head out.
Well, good luck with the fishing. You probably don't get get out there too often, as busy as you are, so enjoy it if you get out there.
All righty, we will.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Be back. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Trade Winds Marina. Stop in there just to get something good to eat, have a drink, talk with everybody around there. It's a busy place, but they'd love to have you stop by or stop in and get your bait or your lures or your even fishing rods they have there. They're set up for you, and you can put your boat in the water right next to the marina there. They got some nice ramps there for you to put in at Sherman Reservoir, where you used to ski when you were little.
I did. Yep. Don't want to brag, but I got pretty good, too.
You enjoyed it.
I'd like to go back out and just see if I could get up on the water. I don't know.
I bet you could.
It's been a very long time.
Really dark out there right now. I don't believe we had any measurable rain. In fact, we checked it this morning and nothing measurable here, maybe a few drops, but sounds like some rain elsewhere, certainly the other night. And yes, that area got quite a bit of rain, maybe a little too much at once, and the Sherman Reservoir is clear full. So that's our report there. Before we close the show today, I want to kind of back up a little bit. We got off on the weather yesterday morning, and we kind of forgot to talk about the ceremony or the showing of flags for the Wayne Mills funeral service, and we'll want to do that before we close the show today, so don't let me forget.
Yep, you bet.
All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, kitties, Trish is here from Designs of Distinction. Good morning, young lady. How are you? Whoa.
Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Trish, you just broke the microphone.
I don't think it was her fault. I think it needs to be
definitely unscrewed.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'm impressed. You fixed that lickety split.
Thank you.
Goodness, it would have. I work with these things on a daily basis. It would have taken me a half hour
to line up the threads.
Yes. Well, I'm impressed. Wow.
All above my head, too.
Man, wow.
Wow.
No wonder you're so good at hanging up curtains and things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Designs of Distinction and Microphone Repair.
There we go. Is there money in that?
There could be if you send us a bill.
Uh-oh.
Give it a try.
Oh.
Well,
Jeremy may not be happy with that one.
He might not be. That's okay. We'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
So this is an example of how talented this lady is.
Exactly.
She can fix about anything. Surprised she didn't pull out a pliers out of her pocket.
No, don't carry those on the hip. No. Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't?
Maybe a razor knife to open all my stuff, but no.
All right. Wow, what a morning we're having.
I know.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. So what have you been up to? What have you been working on?
Just good, just simple stuff right now. I'm getting ready to just got a whole bunch of foam in for some outdoor patio cushions and have to order more for the Good Life Center down in Callaway. I'm going to redo their front entry cushions and pillows. So, so a lot of work inside right now, which is a good thing.
Well, the next couple of days after today, we recommend you work inside if you can.
I know. It's going to be kind of yucky.
Yeah.
But today's good.
Yeah,
And,
very nice.
Yeah, when we first looked at the weather, because we're doing our Rotary kind of picnic thing where we pass it on to the next year president, and Colleen Gates is going to do great at that. And, so when we first looked at the weather, it was like 96, 97 today, but that was like 10 days ago. Today's going to be pretty nice.
It is. It is.
Yay.
Was it sprinkling or anything when you came in?
No, but it's dark.
It is
It's
dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So lots of cushions and curtains.
Yeah.
And
I got a couple shades. I put a shade up early yesterday morning north of Myrna, and then put a shade up like 5:30 yesterday afternoon here in Broken Bow. Just simple things. And then I've got a few to put in south of Broken Bow, and I got shades to put in down in Callaway. So, Yeah.
You've been busy and you're
Been
going to
busy.
stay busy. That's
I
good.
Hope so.
There's a reason for that, don't you think, Brent?
Yeah.
That's the reason.
You know, it kind of, our discussion already kind of shows no job is too small, right?
There we go.
Or really too big for designs of distinction.
There
If you
you
just
go.
need a
Can
shade
be
or
one
something.
window
but yeah.
or
Yeah.
a whole house.
Yeah.
I can take care of it, or we measure everything and do one window at a time. We can do that too.
Yeah. Not bad for
I'm
a
not
one-lady
adverse.
business.
No.
It's not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's,
So when people decide, maybe I should have Trish come in and take a look, certainly you measure the windows that they're considering, and and then you get out your books and
Yeah,
go through
we
different
look at-
ideas.
go through different ideas, kind of, I'll have an idea, but, I've said 100 times before, I don't live there, so what might instantly come into my brain may not be at all what the customer would really want. They're the ultimate
Decision
end
making.
product,
Yeah.
unless they're really, we have no clue. And then I can go through the pros and cons of, do you want to see out? Is there privacy issues? Or do you just want coverage to protect things like the UV and all that good stuff? So,
And
Yeah.
an example here in the next few days will be how much heat is going to be getting into the house and making that air
Yes.
conditioner work harder,
oh,
right?
yeah. I finally broke down. Mine actually came on that last couple days we had the really hot. And it wasn't the heat that was bothering me. That inside the house wasn't bad. It was the humidity.
Yeah.
It was just getting that stupid damp, feeling out. I mean, I grew up in Maryland, so it was 99 degrees and 99% humidity. That was normal. But, out here it just seems so heavy.
It is heavy.
But
You're right.
So I did turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's set on like 75, so I don't think that's too bad.
No, you're still conserving. So when people want to talk to you, I know that the best way is via your phone.
Yes, I
Right.
know. Yeah.
Because you're on the go. Let's face it, you're just talking about all these different places
Yeah.
you've been and where you're going to go. So
But today I'll be pretty much, I have physical therapy. I kind of screwed up my shoulder, but it doesn't hurt all day. The only time my shoulder hurts is at night when I lie down to go to bed.
That's
then
not
it aches.
fair.
And it's like, because I get cranky.
Oh.
I get cranky when I don't sleep.
I've not seen you cranky before.
Yeah, I know. So Andrews with Rise and Tabitha have been doing their thing. Yeah, it's those dry needles are crazy scary in the beginning, but boy, it's like, okay, you can do that again.
Or would you want to use that electricity thing?
Yeah, and then plug in the needles.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yes.
He did that for the first time Monday, and I was like, oh, that's different.
Now you get to kind of where it feels kind of good.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
So what'd you do? Did you fall or something?
No, I kind of tripped going up steps, and my one little step going in the back from the garage is like the top step is tiny bit higher. And I knew this, and I've caught myself a couple times. Well, it was back in like September, October I did this. And I didn't think I did anything, but I was going up the steps at a pretty good rate and felt myself go, and I grabbed the grab rail right there, and my body went forward, my shoulder went back.
So it was really...
I know exactly when it happened, but at that time I didn't think it was a big deal until like January.
Yeah. Well, what you'd think
and,
of all
and
the...
it's old.
Yeah, no,
Let's just say it.
Just stop it. Don't go any further with it. Don't go any further. You'd think with your occupation you would have maybe missed a step on a ladder or stretched catching something that falls, but it was in your own
in
property.
my own home, and just And like I said, during the day, I can put up a whole house of shades, no issue. It's when I lie down, then it's like, oh, man.
Well, maybe you'll
But
have to do
it's
that
just-
recliner thing.
Oh, yeah, no. No. I don't know how people can actually, like, sleep every night in a recliner.
Yeah, some
But
people do.
there's tons of them. They come in to Bow Family, and they're like, well, I sleep in my recliner. And I'm like,
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
people do.
I
Write that
know.
down, Brent, would
No,
you?
Yeah.
Bow family.
Also, you said Andrew. What was that guy's name? Andrew Mason.
Rise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rise Rehab. Okay, let me write that down too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
send them a bill
Wonderful.
as well.
Yes.
And where are you located?
And what building?
Inside the family flooring.
Oh, family
Oh,
flooring. Write
Bow
that down
Family
too.
Floor. Well, we could probably split that up, couldn't we?
No.
Both
Let's-
family furniture and flooring. We'll send one to each.
Same company, different locations.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
we're going to
I'll
have to
just
send
put-
2 bills.
yeah. Oh boy.
That would be like me charging for each screw that I have to put into each shade.
I'm sorry we had to use extra screws on this job.
We are going to get a bill for her fixing the microphone.
Don't get me started on cement and cinder block walls. Yeah, we don't.
Well,
That means I've got to buy a whole new drill. Oh, darn.
to drill into that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one in my Milwaukee is nice and small, and it charges and does everything I need. But, if I really need to go into that, it's
Well, more
going
on
to
the-
be a new drill.
Commercial side of things there.
Milwaukee. I know I know Milwaukee's a national
Yeah, it
company,
is a
but can we
national.
still charge them?
And I think Mills Hardware in Arnold
do.
carries
Oh,
those.
They
are
got
your
it.
Milwaukee dealer.
And
Go ahead and
yeah,
bill
and
them.
Ace, I think they're
Yeah, Ace.
they're building
Oh,
a pretty
yeah.
big, RT Ace up here is building a good Milwaukee
Oh,
group.
well then, did you get that one down?
Yes, I did. Man, we're going to hit our goal for June yet.
Oh, man. Woo. A little short on sales. I think
God.
we're making it up
Yeah,
today.
you got a few days to go. You got over 10.
Yeah.
Should be good.
We love it when you come in, Trish.
You're a moneymaker.
It's one of the most profitable days that we have.
Just talk about the whole. Well, and then you can donate to on the
Yes.
Custer County. See, we can do that with. Oh my goodness, just list them off.
Yeah, there's a
Rotary,
Yes.
Children's Christmas Fund.
whole music boosters.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Gate Cemetery,
Yeah.
teammates.
Teammates.
The list goes on and on. The North Park PTA, O'Connell
Yeah.
Fire and Rescue. Pick the charity of your choice and get involved in the Give for Custer County.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Yeah, we just Rotary gave a check to the Inclusive Playground. We did that Monday. Got it. Did
we're-
a picture of it.
We're
Yeah.
going to do that too. And
Yep.
then, of course, we have our crop out back of gourds that
I've
we've
been
planted.
hearing about that. What's going on?
Gourds for good.
Good. Good.
And,
You sure it's not gourds for Dave?
No, it's going to
No.
go to the Inclusive Playground,
Yeah.
and we're going to sell them. We're going to have a gourd sale this fall.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was also thinking about with the birdhouse gourds.
I was going to say you should have somebody doing the birdhouse
Yeah,
thingies. Is that what
we
that's all
planted
about?
some,
Oh,
and I thought maybe if I could talk to Riley at the foundation when they have their gala, we could have like 3 gourd birdhouses with prizes inside,
ooh.
Oh, wow.
and they could
There you go.
bid on getting the gourd with the highest amount of
Yeah,
prizes.
and
Yeah.
get in there. That would be cool. That's a good idea.
It'd be fun.
I like that.
That just
would
popped
be
in my
fun.
brain this morning when I was brushing my teeth.
Sometimes
The
that's when the
things-
best ideas
yes.
come.
The things we think of.
No
When
kidding.
we're brushing our teeth.
That's one of the things. Okay. Well, you want to hang with us a little bit? Or
Well,
you gotta go?
I've actually have Andrew this morning at
Oh.
8 o'clock.
All
Well,
right.
we better
Well, let me mark that down again.
He's my Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Is that Andrew Mason?
Yes, that's Andrew Mason.
Doesn't
at Rise.
Doesn't his wife
Yes.
own and operate the old
the
market
mill.
mill?
Yeah, the
Yes,
Market and Mill
Market
in
and Mill
Anselmo.
in Anselmo.
Write
Let me
that
write
down.
that down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great. Great little market, wonderful coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jiminy, put on the little.
Anytime I go that way, I'm heading anywhere like Dunning and all those neat places I frequent.
I think they're going to owe us a lot of money. We can just go up and have some coffee.
Yeah, maybe do a little trade out.
A little barter.
Bartering is good.
It is good.
Okay.
Thanks, Trish. We'll let you go.
Thanks.
We'll let you go. We're going to play the game real quick,
Yep.
so we'll just and we'll tighten that microphone up a little bit better before you
Probably
come back.
Maybe it needs a little bit more there, but it's I don't know. But I'm not going to touch it. That way it won't fall off.
Thanks.
And I fixed it.
Appreciate it.
See you.
Thanks, Trish. See ya.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to play the game real quick, and it's a Runza prize today because it's Pig in a Blanket Day.
It is.
But we're also going to throw in 2 Demolition Derby tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And these are brought to you by KCNI KBBN, and we'll have some other giveaways with some other sponsors. So along with Runza and KCNI KBBN, we have the Runza Prize and 2 Demolition Derby tickets for this Saturday.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
All right, so here's your question. It centers around the movie Jaws because Jaws debuted on June 20th, 1975. So here's your question. The movie Jaws was filmed where? Where did they film it? Your choices are Nantucket, Little Tall Island, Martha's Vineyard, or Cape Hatteras. The movie Jaws was filmed where? Nantucket, Little Tall Island, Martha's Vineyard, or Cape Hatteras. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
You two guys.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, powered by plant-based natural caffeine. And they come in 4 delicious flavors: pomegranate passion, mango mojo, prickly pear, and watermelon wild. Why do you keep doing that?
These refreshers are just so refreshing.
But you don't have to make that noise every time. Try Runza's Lemonade Refreshers, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
And we have a caller on the line. Didn't get a chance to find out who our caller is, so let's just bring up the channel here and find out who we talking to this morning.
This is Swede.
Swede from down south.
Yes.
Have you gotten any rain lately, Swede?
I couldn't get a drop out of the gauge yesterday morning. Was about there was some in it, but it didn't want to run out. So.
There wasn't much, none this morning probably either.
No.
I did receive just a moment ago a message from Lois Hansen, 5 miles west of Sargent. They had an inch about 5 miles west of Sargent last night.
Oh, wow.
Or Tuesday.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody's getting some
Tuesday
anyway.
night. Yeah. Just to make you jealous, Swede, just kind of teasing you a little bit. Maybe we can make your day with some great prizes. Here's Brent.
Okay, Swede, here we go. The movie Jaws was filmed where? Was it in Nantucket, Little Tall Island, Martha's Vineyard, or Cape Hatteras?
Well, the way you were saying Martha's Vineyard, I'm just wondering if it wasn't that.
Oh, you're good, Swede. You picked up on that. Good job. Yes, it was Martha's Vineyard is where Jaws was filmed. And we've got a certificate that'll get you a free pig in a blanket. They serve on Wednesday at Runza in Broken Bow. And if you want to come in and go to the Demolition Derby on Saturday, we got a couple of tickets that'll get you into that, too.
Okay, that sounds great. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Swede. Have a great day.
You guys, too. Thank you.
You bet. We'll take a quick time out, come back with the news next here on our show this morning.
Good morning, Captain. Good morning, Captain.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the month of June is one more good reason: Palmer Monuments After Memorial Day Sale. Go and see Palmer Monument today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off their already reduced prices. Their goal is to assist you in selecting a memorial that best fits your family needs, and they'll save you money too. During the After Memorial Day sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow and Lexington.
Exciting news, candy lovers. Russell Stover Hard Candies are back at Barney Pharmacy in Broken Bow. That's right. Whether your favorite is cinnamon, lemon, butterscotch, or strawberry, they are there. If you're more into chocolate, s'mores milk, chocolate s'mores, and caramel s'mores are available. Grab up a bag of sugar-free chocolate. They're in stock. Like Airbond, peppermints, or saltwater taffy, they're in stock. There's so much candy to talk about. You better stop in and see it all at Varney Pharmacy in downtown Broken Bow.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Iran's Ayatollah Khamenei is warning of an all-out regional war if the U.S. intervenes in his nation's 6-day conflict with Israel. CBS's Ed O'Keefe says President Trump's met with top advisors.
The president's main focus in that meeting, whether the U.S. should join Israel in striking Iranian nuclear sites, according to multiple sources. Doing so would appear to go against Trump's long-standing vow not to engage the U.S. in new foreign wars.
Record heat in the forecast for the Northeast. CBS's Rob Marciano.
I-95 on Sunday into the 80s. And into next week, we're looking at temperatures that will get into the 90s and maybe 100 degrees for a good chunk of the East Coast.
New report says countries are making progress on sustainable energy. The World Economic Forum's Espen Mellum.
Most of the energy investments or the clean energy investments globally are going to advanced economies and to China. Only about 15% are going to emerging and developing countries.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KULN, the Nebraska Department of Transportation has released the May numbers for traffic fatalities from across Nebraska. The department says 16 people were killed in 14 of the crashes that happened in different areas of the state. One surprising number that stands out of the 16 deaths is that 15 of them occurred in rural areas. Another stat that stands out is the number of fatalities that happen on Nebraska's highways. NDOT says that number was 13 compared to just 3 deaths that occurred as a result of crashes on Nebraska interstates. 4 of the 13 vehicle occupants killed were not using a seatbelt, 6 were using a seatbelt, and 3 had seatbelt usage marked as unknown. 3 of the fatalities were motorcyclists as well. In the total for 2025, 84 people have been killed as a result of the 78 crashes on roadways in the Cornhusker State. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup for the second straight year, beating Edmonton again. 5-1 in Game 6, the final. Sam Bennett named playoff MVP after scoring 15 goals this postseason. Among the WNBA games, New York and Minnesota each won again. Indiana beat Connecticut, 20 points for Caitlin Clark. To Major League Baseball, it was the Dodgers over the Padres again, 8-6. Andy Pages hit 2 home runs in a 4-for-4 night at the plate. Wins on the road for Cleveland and Houston. Seattle ended Boston's 6-game winning streak 8-0. Cal Raleigh with an early grand slam, his 27th homer this year. St. Louis and Kansas City each one on the road. The Angels beat the Yankees in New York 4-0. The Yanks have been shut out 3 straight games. Atlanta came back to beat the Mets in 10 innings 5-4. Miami came back to beat Philadelphia 8-3, ending the Phils' 5-game winning streak. Colorado won at Washington.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance for isolated thunderstorms today, otherwise sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Daytime highs approaching 81. Northwesterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear tonight, lows dip down to about 56. Clear skies tomorrow, highs around 93. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
BD is made for today, tomorrow, and for what's needed next. They're advancing the world of health as one of the largest global medical technology companies in the world, supporting the heroes on the front lines of healthcare. BD, with locations in Broken Bow and across the world.
8:05, let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. What's it like out there, Jack?
Well, with the cloud cover and the winds, it's honestly kind of chilly outside as of right now for being 61 degrees, though. Cloudy skies, as I said, winds out of the north from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure at 29.97 with humidity at 90%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay at 3 inches and 23 hundredths. High yesterday of 80, overnight low of 60. Sunrise today at 6:04 and sunset today 9:14.
All right, Jack. So it feels a little on the chilly side.
It kind of does, yeah.
So are you out front or out back?
I am out back.
Out back. What's the situation on the robins?
The mom or the dad is sitting in the nest right now giving me the eye.
So
nice.
Actually staying there, though.
Yep. Yep.
All right. All right. As far as we know, there's 3 eggs under the loving care of that particular bird.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Now that's normal. We had a nice listener send us all kinds of information on robins.
Yeah, I took a look at that yesterday, too. I saw
that. In a robin couple, a male brings his female partner nesting material, and she is the one that constructs the robin's nest.
Gotcha.
Yep. The female builds the cup-like nest with mud as its foundation and then lines it with grasses, twigs, and other plant material before laying bright blue robin eggs.
Gotcha.
Now, Jack noticed that you noticed one time there was just one egg, right? And then you noticed another. Well, let's see. Let me find here we go. Female robins lay only one bright blue egg per day.
Oh, okay.
And typically lay 3 or 4 eggs total. Seldom a clutch of 5.
Okay.
Wow, 5 would hardly fit in a nest.
Now one person commented on this article and said that they had noticed a robin's nest at their house, and it actually had 8 eggs in it. Now, the robin experts say what you have found is truly unusual. When a nest holds 6 to 8 robin eggs, 2 females probably are laying eggs in the nest and perhaps competing for the site until one gives up.
Oh.
So if you see more than 3 or 4 eggs in the nest, you could have a situation where there's a couple of robins trying to take over the nest.
I see.
That could get nasty.
Yeah, it could.
Sure.
Okay. That's great information.
Yeah, it's very interesting,
really is.
especially the laying one bright blue egg per day.
Yeah.
So if you had 2 female robins and 2 males that are mated to those, it'd be kind of like a hippie commune.
Well,
they're all together, man.
Oh, geez.
Birds in a feather, they're all together. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Now that we've concluded the robin portion of our show, I believe we are going to be talking, I think, movies next.
Okay, great.
Fox Theater, I think, is here. So we'll take a time out and bring our next guest in.
The right approach to care makes all the difference. And at Broken Bow Dental, that means staying true to the values that matter most to this community. Dr. Casey McLeod and her team build lasting relationships, knowing every patient by name. She also listens, making certain your treatment is the right fit. And with advanced technology, the team at Broken Bow Dental streamlines care, completing procedures in fewer visits so you can get back to what matters most. Located right off Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Dr. McLeod's practice is now accepting patients. Better, brighter, Broken Bow Dental.
Evans Feed Company is proud to serve Central Nebraska's cattle producers with quality feed, mineral, and salt products, and great service, too. Evans Feed has a full line of feed products on hand. Bulk grain products, creep feed, and distiller's pellets, too. They have a very complete line of horse, goat, sheep, pig, bird, and chicken feeds, and pet foods galore. Check out Evans Feed. They deliver great products to your farm or ranch. 800-830-2119. give them a call. That's Evans Feed, locally owned and operated.
10 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. You're listening to The Breakfast Show. We appreciate that every day. Also appreciate rain. And again, if you're just dialing in, we had a message from Lois Hansen telling us that last night a wonderful rain of 1 inch, and that was 5 miles west of Sargent. And we were talking with Mark over at Loop City at the lake this morning, and they were planning on going out crappie fishing, and it was a downpour. So some of you may be getting some nice rains out there. Hopefully that is the case. Nothing measurable here. All right, we do want to talk about the movies with Stuart Fox. Stuart Fox is here. He is also president of Nebraska State Bank. He is also an entrepreneur of many facets. It is always a pleasure to have Stuart Fox in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm happy to be here.
Good. The movies are rolling. You guys want to talk movies at Fox Theaters?
Yeah.
Well, I think we should. Now, before we get to what's showing like in the evenings, I want you to talk about your summer movie series because it has started. So talk a little bit about that if you would.
Yes, so we're doing those every Wednesday at 2 p.m. and sponsored by Melham Medical Center, so we couldn't do that without their sponsorship. But it's $2 and at 2 o'clock on Wednesdays. Today we're showing The Secret Life of Pets. And so we hope to have a good crowd. We've had good crowds so far. I think this is the third week. I've been gone for a little bit, so I'm playing catch up here. So, but we've got Secret Life of Pets 2, and we've got posters around town. I think that's on the social media that has the movie list, and so we'll be playing those through. I think the first week of August. So we get a lot of the daycares bring their kids. Just a lot of families come, so it's a nice, affordable way to get out of the heat, which today won't be so bad, but we maybe should have it on Friday and Saturday.
Probably
looking at the forecast. But concessions for those.
Oh, yeah.
All
Concessions
the concession
are
stands
open.
all
And,
open.
Yep. So we'll be ready to serve. And, we've had a really good crowd so far. Good. So it's always been a nice hit.
I know we've talked about this in the past, but it seems like in the movie business, one of the most popular things to do right now is take an animated classic from years ago and then make a live-action remake of it.
Yeah.
And you've had a couple of those, How to Train Your Dragon and Lilo and Stitch, and they've both kind of been big hits.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch did really, really well. Like I say, I've been gone. So I haven't actually seen How to Train Your Dragon. I did get to see that. I went out to CinemaCon in Las Vegas back in, when was that, in April? And so I actually got to see it early. And it was, because I was one of those, like, what, do they really need to, to do this? But it was spectacular. I was really impressed with it. So it's a great story. And so we'll have that sticking around another week. So.
All right. So let's see. As far as this week is concerned, Lilo and Stitch still for a couple of nights, right? I think tonight and tomorrow night.
Yes, yeah. So Lilo and Stitch will be leaving, and then also Ballerina will be leaving. So tonight and tomorrow will be the last opportunities to see those two, and then How to Train Your Dragon will stick around, and then we're bringing in 2 new movies on Friday. So on Friday we have another animated movie from Disney called Elio. And that looks really cute. Good family film, and Disney always does it right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll be good. And it's original, which I appreciate because, you talk about they remake some things. I think as movie theaters, we're clamoring for original content. And the easy thing, I think, for them is, this was successful, so let's make another one.
Yeah.
Well, eventually people burn out on that. Mm-hmm. And so we love to see original content come to the theaters. So we are excited for Elio. That one's, I think, it actually got delayed a little bit by COVID. I think it's, a lot of movies we're still coming back from the COVID thing, but, that one's been in the hopper for a while. So we expect good things out of that one. And then speaking of things that aren't original.
I was wondering how you would segue into the next film.
We do have the latest installment of Final Destination, Bloodlines, which, if you're a fan of the horror of the Final Destination, it does look good. I actually saw, extended trailer on that, and I'm not a big horror fan myself, but there's definitely people out there that like the horror side. And so we'll have that one. That one will probably just be here for a week or so, because we do have a lot of blockbusters that are coming this summer. If you go to our website, watchthefox.com, really encourage people to download our app. So we've got a very functional app that you can download for both Android or iPhones. And so you can buy tickets in advance, and you can also see all the show times that are coming. But we do have a great slate, which I hate to say. Some of these are not original, but there is the latest installment of Jurassic World. That's coming, I think, in July. Big one that people are talking about is Superman. So it is, obviously, Superman's been done many times, but they're saying this is going to be a big one. So we're excited. I hope it does well. One that is original, though, with Brad Pitt, comes out, I think, just in a week or two, is F1. So my son, Brian, he is a huge fan of Formula One racing, so I think there's other fans out there. So I know he's very excited for that movie to come out.
It looks good.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. So, yeah, great slate. There's more movies coming out. So I did say I don't really like when we keep redoing things, but I will say I think in August there's a new Naked Gun movie coming out.
Yes.
Which
really?
I'm a huge fan of.
Amen,
the
Stuart.
Naked. Yes. Leslie Nielsen. This one is starring Liam Neeson.
Yes.
And so he is, I think, Frank Drebin Jr.
Yes.
So
plays Frank Drebin's son.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I've seen a couple of trailers. He really looks like he can pull off the dry humor.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. It looks really
And if you remember
good.
Leslie Nielsen, he was a very serious actor when he did Airplane, and then he did the Naked Gun. So he was a very well-respected actor, and so it'll be good. When I was out in Las Vegas for CinemaCon, I saw all this stuff for Naked Gun. I'm like, why do they have all this stuff? I had no idea that there was a new one coming out. So I was excited.
It will be interesting to see him play that part, as you mentioned. That's a different category for him.
Yeah. Those are my kind of movies.
Yeah. Oh, I like
those.
those
Are
too.
Popcorn movies. You don't have to think.
Yes.
I have to think all day. I like to get away from it. I just
laugh
eat
a little
popcorn
bit.
and laugh. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Oh gosh. Of course, we want to mention too that you have the popcorn on Tuesdays through Nebraska State Bank, correct?
Yep.
And then still able to book for birthday parties, business meetings, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Just reach out to us either on Facebook or shoot us an email, manager@watchthefox.com. And so, we do quite a few birthday parties, and we're able to do the business meetings. I always tell people just think of our projection equipment as a big computer. So if you can do it on a computer, you can do it at the theater. So,
of course, the advertisers you always mention are so important that play before the movies start, and it's a lot of local businesses who use that advertisement opportunity, but it also kind of steadies things for you financially.
Right. I mean, to be honest, we wouldn't be here without the advertisers. The theater business has been tough, especially for small communities. Most communities our size, it's ran by a nonprofit with volunteer labor. And so we've put together that business model using the local advertising. Without that, there's no way we'd be able to continue. So we really, really appreciate those local advertisers.
Yeah. Do you have room for more if somebody else?
We do. Yeah, we do. So, we try and keep our pre-show around 20 minutes or so, which with 30-second ads, that'd be about 40 advertisers, and that's kind of what we need.
Okay.
So we've got room for a few. Broken Bow's got a pretty good advertising slate. We definitely need a few more in Cozad and Central City as well.
Right.
So
and businesses around the area.
Yeah, and there's several that advertise at all three. So we do provide discounts if you advertise at more than one theater. So it's a good way to get out there, but also just to support because honestly, what's happened in a lot of theater, a lot of communities, the theater closes down. I think Oglala or Sydney, I think their theater closed down, and and so now you've got a nonprofit that's forming, and they're trying to go out and raise lots of money to not only buy it, but then to renovate it, and then you get, there's a lot to it. There's a lot
task,
to it.
yeah.
And so I don't know, I don't know if people truly appreciate how lucky we are to have, multi-screen theaters that operate, that we're not asking for donations. We're not asking for volunteers.
Yeah.
It is pretty unique.
It's kind of fun to give a tour in town. We had a gentleman in last week trying to get a spot filled here, and so they was doing a job interview and kind of drove around a little bit looking the community over and go by Fox Theater. And, oh, you got a theater? And there's 3 theaters in there.
Yeah.
And they go, what?
They're like, huh? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is pretty neat.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, which hopefully that helps to, be one little piece that helps to attract people to our community.
Yeah. So away from the movies, real quick, how's the banking business? Everything going well?
Bank's doing well, yeah. So my wife and I, we took a little time off, and so we're just back here after a couple of weeks, and place is going great. So
Good.
I've got a great staff, and they do an amazing job, whether I'm there or not. So which is the way it should be.
That's a comfort. Yeah, that's the way it should be. That's right.
Yeah, but no, it's going really well, and we're geared up for kind of the parade season. I think was it Big Sky was last week.
Yes.
I think we're pretty much participating in all the parades around the county, as many as we can. I think we have Muddy Creek, I think, this weekend.
We have 3.
And Callaway. And
not this weekend, but the weekend after, there's 3.
Okay.
So you might have to, ask the crew to, kind of volunteer a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's...
It's never hard for us to get people to volunteer to do that, and we really like to participate in those things. They're important to be part of those community celebrations.
Yeah, we were at a family gathering this weekend, and Tammy Shaw was there, and we decided, well, if we don't see each other before, we'll see you at the O'Connell parade.
That's right.
Seems like we're always the ones that at O'Connell.
Let's hope for cooler weather in next week if we have 3 of them.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, thanks, Stuart. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thanks
you having me.
Coming in, and welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be home.
Yeah, except for your desk, that part.
That's right.
All right, we'll take a quick time out with these words.
Waking up Central Nebraska.
They are so funny.
KCNI, KBBN.
At Team Physical Therapy, we offer extended hours 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and walk-ins are always welcome because we feel convenience couldn't be more important when it comes to your health. Even further, we can visit you in-home for physical therapy if you can't make it to our office. From pre- and post-pregnancy pain to dry needling and everything in between, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit us at myteampt.com. It's your choice. Choose right. Choose Team Physical Therapy.
The right approach to care makes all the difference. And at Broken Bow Dental, that means staying true to the values that matter most to this community. Dr. Casey McLeod and her team build lasting relationships, knowing every patient by name. She also listens, making certain your treatment is the right fit. And with advanced technology, the team at Broken Bow Dental streamlines care, completing procedures in fewer visits so you can get back to what matters most. Located right off Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Dr. McLeod's practice is now accepting patients better, brighter. Broken Bow Dental.
Hey guys, did you know there are more cows in Nebraska than people? Really? Why? I don't know. Guess they like it here. Know what else there's a lot of in Nebraska? What? ATVs, and that's why Agland ATV in Broken Bow stays so busy. They sell ATVs and side-by-sides too, right? Yep, and tires and provide service too. Check them out online at aglandatv.net. More cows than people, huh? I wonder why. I don't know. You want to go grab a burger? Sure, Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Great commercial. Thanks, guys. 8:23. Brent and Dave with you here on the Breakfast Show. We've been really busy. We've had some great guests in, some good telephone conversations with our contestants, and it's all good. We still have a couple more guests on our list, and we'll get those in when they come in on the show here. Anything on your mind this morning? We have just a moment here before we take another break. What is it?
I don't even know how to approach this. Well, I didn't sleep good. I haven't slept well for the last couple of nights.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes, listen, we've all been there. Sometimes life kind of throws you a curveball. The unforeseen happens. And you wonder how am I going to take care of this? And sometimes you just come to the realization that you're going to have to ask somebody for help. And sometimes when you do that, you have to swallow your pride a little bit. Mm-hmm. And, the bottom line is this. A couple of days ago, went out to mow my yard. And my mower has 2 levers that set the height of the deck. And one of the levers, I don't know why or how. Well, first off, the mower's a little old, but it just snapped. So what happened was the back into the deck, just boom, you didn't have anything to hold the wheel up, so boom, just like went straight down to the ground. Well, you can't really mow your yard like that.
Right.
And so I basically have like a half-mown yard, which is kind of embarrassing, And so it pains me to ask this. I was wondering if
go on.
If I could maybe hire Dave's Lawn Service to come over and finish my yard.
What a day I'm having. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm honored that you would ask me to help you out in a time of need. I really am, and I appreciate that. A couple of options here for you.
Oh, good. I get options.
You could have me come over and finish it up and mow it for you.
Yeah.
And then we could negotiate a cost.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's also a little mower out back here under the shed that you could borrow and
oh, really?
And mow your yard yourself.
Oh, okay.
Or I could you could come over and hop on the zero turn and take it over and mow it. Have you run a zero turn before?
You know what? I have to admit I have not. I've not operated a zero turn mower. And I really don't know if I want to do that, because if I were to do something to your mower, then I would have all kinds of sleepless nights, and I don't want that on my conscience.
Well, what I would like to do is have you use the zero turn and learn how to run it, and let me video that. And then I wouldn't charge you anything at all.
Really? All right.
You know what? Honestly, it doesn't take very long. You think it looks, but it's really, you pick it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have some kind of weird turns, and so that's what I'd like to video.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure you would love to video that. Well, I'm sure people have been getting quite the view of Brent trying to go out on different occasions to finish getting his lawn mowed, but it just hasn't. Yeah, it's just.
You should have said something,
been
neighbor.
Rough.
I'm going to confess, I was wondering.
You were wondering what?
It was a little shaggy, and
yes, it's kind of weird when your front yard has he mowed his yard. Wait a minute, why is that part mowed and right in the middle of it is still tall?
Well, we'll work something out. I'd like to go the video route if we can.
Really? Yes. Great. Wonderful. Thanks, Dave.
Oh, sure, neighbor. Anytime. Good neighbor. We'll take a time out and bring in some more good neighbors here on The Breakfast Show. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith of the Palmer Monument Company. You already know about the advantages of pre-selecting your family memorial. Now there's yet another good reason to come and see us today. For the entire month of June, with a coupon from the newspaper, you'll receive additional savings off our already sale prices. We'll assist you in selecting the stone, the inscription, and the artwork, and we'll save you money too. Come see us during the After Memorial Day sale at the Palmer Monument Company in Broken Bow and Lexington.
Did you know that there are supplemental health insurance policies that enhance your coverage? Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. You're used to hearing me talk about annual enrollments, Medicare, and private health insurance, but dental, vision, accident, cancer, and hospital indemnity plans are available year-round. These affordable coverages can help ease the financial burden when the unexpected happens. Give Lori or myself a call at 308-836-2201 or stop into the office in Callaway or Broken Bow.
Moline Seed and Fence was founded in 2014 by Carrie and Shane Moline for one simple reason: to bring all your fencing and pasture needs into one place to make your summer projects easier. With one straightforward mission, Moline Seed and Fence has put together the largest selection of fencing and feedlot supplies in Nebraska. Visit either location in Gothenburg or Thedford to find the best selection of creosote or hedge posts for this summer's barbed wire jobs. Make your barbed wire maintenance easier with a Milwaukee or DeWalt post-hole cordless digger. Moline Seed and Fence also have a great selection of oil field pipe and hardware, guardrail, and gates. With the hot days of summer, get your livestock water needs taken care of with tire tanks, concrete waters, and all your pipeline, fittings, and floats in one stop. Moline Seed and Fence, it all happens under one roof. Give Shane a call or visit either one of their locations today. That's Moline Seed and Fence in Gothenburg and Thedford. Visit them online at molineseedandfence.com or give them a call at 308-529-0781.
It's 8:30. You're listening to KCNI KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Our next guests are in the studio from Custer Federal State Bank. I'll turn it over to Brent Apperson. He knows these guys.
Well, hi.
Hi.
Katrina.
Hello.
Caitlin.
Hello.
How are you, ladies?
Great. Doing great.
Custer Federal State Bank, our guest here this morning on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Thought we'd start with this. Tomorrow is actually a holiday.
It is. It is.
And it's one of those that kind of can sneak up on people, and we don't necessarily realize it's coming. Juneteenth is tomorrow, and as a result, the bank will be closed, correct? All right. So keep that in mind, folks, as you think about your financial responsibilities for the rest of the week, right?
Yep. And then on Friday morning, we will be opening at 9 a.m. instead of 8. The city's doing a little bit of planned power down, so they won't have that back up till 9 a.m., so we will be holding off opening till Friday at 9. Our Kearney location will be open normal time, so you can give them a call if needed.
Okay. All right. Good heads up.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's on your mind? What do you ladies want to talk about here this morning?
Well, we thought we would give everybody a reminder as we're traveling. On our app, you can set your travel plans on the app for your debit card. So you're always welcome to call in, let us know. We can set that for you as well. But that is a feature on the app. So if you get out of town and you realize, oh no, I forgot to let them know I'm traveling, go ahead and you can set it there on the app. If you hit your cards, there's some location and travel plans you can set. Super easy to do. It's pretty intuitive and walks you through how to do it. But it's a great way so that our fraud company doesn't flag your card if, hey, you're in Colorado and using it and that's not normal for you. Just make sure your card keeps working as we're all traveling and moving for the summer.
You mentioned the app, and I'm one of those guys. I use the app all the time, but it's just to see how much I have in the account.
You and everyone else, it feels like.
But I forget there are so many other things you can do on the app.
Absolutely.
Correct? Yeah.
So one is the debit card. Setting your travel plans is great for it for your, like I said, as you're traveling around for summer. You can also, if you happen to misplace your debit card temporarily, there is an option on there that you can just toggle over the switch and turn it off until you find it again. So if you think it's in my car somewhere, handy. You can turn it off. That way, if it did happen to fall out, nobody finds it and can use it. And then when you're cleaning out your car that evening and find it, something Katrina's maybe done a time or two.
I can probably speak from experience.
Locate it, and then you can turn it back on.
Well,
so gives you a little protection when it's in the unknown.
Yeah, I'm going to make Katrina feel a little better. We were on vacation a few weeks ago and went to a little shop and bought some things and started talking to the person there at the shop, and we just started talking and visiting and signed my little sheet, okaying the purchase. And one of the things I purchased was a wallet, a new leather wallet. And so we got back to the hotel, and I'm like, I'm just going to switch things over to my new wallet, and realized I didn't have my debit card.
Oh, no.
I had left it at the store. Now, fortunately, we called them, and they, we have it. So went back, wasn't a big deal. But I was actually thinking about that at that time. I'm like, I'm sure there's something on the app that would allow me to shut it off.
Yeah. There absolutely is. So you can tap your card, and it's right at the top. It's a little button you just hit over and turns it off, and you can turn it right back on. So it's great for those. Or I know I'm not the only one who's been at a restaurant and forgotten it in the little envelope thing when they bring you sign it and you leave it sitting in the little slip. So that way you can turn it off if you get home and you realize it, and you obviously can't go back till they're open the next day. You don't want it floating out there for a day. So turn it off, and you can turn it back on then when you get it.
And when you turn it back on, that's immediate, right?
Yeah, that's an on and off for you.
Good.
So if we are turning it off, we do end up having to order you a new card, and there's some more. So that's a great option for. It's not going to order you a new card. It's just going to turn it off until you can find it again.
Yeah.
Great tool.
Yeah.
Yes, good safety measure.
Yep, and there are definitely there's a lot of things on the app that can be helpful. You can turn on notices too. So if you want to know every time your card's used, you can set it to send you a push notice or a text, which is great. Also, if you lose it or aren't sure where it is, you can get notices if it is being used.
Yeah.
So hopefully, or if there's some fraudulent charges going through, get a heads up right when they're happening so we can get them stopped right away.
Yeah, good. Let's see, any other things other than the app? Or I know we've got Katrina here, so I'm going to ask you about the mortgage lending side of things.
Yep.
How are things going there?
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. It's picked up a lot. I mean, the summer's always busy, but the NIFR grant funds are still out there. They can be used different ways to help with fees or to help with down payment. So those are still an option, plus just the conventional ways also.
Yeah. I think I've asked you this in the past, but I know that you do handle a lot of the mortgage lending in the Kearney office as well.
Yep.
Really two different markets.
Yes.
And so
Very different.
I would say, is it challenge? I assume there's a challenge to it, but I'm guessing there's a little bit of fun to it as well, working in kind of two different types of housing markets.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, you see completely different types of houses between the two, but obviously I've grown up with real estate as kind of in my family since I was, 7th, 8th grade. But so it's always been kind of fun to look at different kinds of houses and see what people have done with them, or the reconstruction of them, or the repeat customers that have sold and bought. Like, that's been fun to help other people. So
yeah,
first time home buyers is always fun too.
Yeah. You talk about, you buy a house and then, maybe you move, you've got to buy another one. So there's always that overlap, right? I mean, when you have a house, but you're buying another one, that can be a process that can be a little intimidating for people. And I know you work really hard to help them through that process. I'm sure you see a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of the time they do a bridge loan to try and bridge the gap between the two. You have two different payments still. You have the payment of the first home, and then the interest payment on the bridge, but it does bridge that gap until you sell your current home and buy another one.
Yeah. A lot of options.
There are a lot of options. There are.
Yeah.
A lot of, HELOCs are still out there. A lot of people are starting to using those more just to do some home improvements or new windows or whatever it is. I've been doing quite a few of those too. So, yeah.
When do you guys sleep? I mean, because I know you guys do a lot of things there at the bank. So
yeah, it's fun.
Stay good and busy.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything else, ladies, that you wanted to mention that maybe we haven't led you down the road of yet today?
I don't think so.
Okay. So just remember, bank closed tomorrow.
Yep.
And then opening at 9 on Friday.
on Friday.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Katrina, is there anything else you'd like to talk about this morning, fishing or anything like that?
If Brad Bell called in and said that, I'm going to say something to him.
Is there a story here? We got informed here on the Breakfast Show to ask you about fishing, so I guess we should do that.
I caught a pretty big fish the other day. It was a 30-inch catfish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for
but
you.
My husband caught a fairly big walleye. It must be a master angler or something. I don't know. That's not as exciting as mine, of course.
Of course not.
But no. And then my son caught a 27.5-inch walleye the other day.
Oh, that had to be fun watching him pull
I
that
didn't get
in.
to see it.
Oh.
Kyle was there, so there was no video, but he was very excited
I bet.
and has told everybody about it.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what you do when you fish.
Yeah.
It's the stories afterwards, right?
Yes,
right.
that's true. But I did put them to shame last week. I let them know that I wasn't very happy because I was at work when they were catching the really big ones that day, and they kept calling me. And finally, I was like, "You guys got to stop.
Leave me alone."
So the next week is when I hammered the walleye and catfish, and he didn't like. Grayson was not as excited about me catching them as him.
Caitlin, I was going to just mention to you, you helped get us set up for our payroll.
Yes, ACH, doing that direct deposit.
Yeah, and thanks for your help with that.
Oh, yeah, anytime.
And I was putting it off for a long time because I didn't want to make a change, you know? But
Some people don't like change.
But I will say it's nice. I think the employees like it because they don't have to wait for the check. It just goes straight into their accounts. And I don't have to run checks into the accountant. And we can talk on the phone and email everything back and forth. It's really quite handy.
Absolutely. I know change is tough, and there's a learning curve to it, but it is very convenient, and I think employees appreciate knowing, hey, right when business opens, my check is there. There's not, am I going to get paid at 8 a.m.? Am I going to be paid at 5 p.m.? I need to run to the grocery store, and they just know that that's going to be in their account first thing. And for you, that you're not having to sign checks and get them delivered and or get them to the accountant.
Yeah, there and back, and weekends it works much better if the payroll happens to end on a Saturday. You can still.
Yep, we can get that adjusted. So it's pretty easy to do. We've got an online portal that we let get people set up through to set those up. So you're not having to call us, like you said, if you're working on a Saturday trying to get it done, you can get in on the portal outside of business hours. You don't have to be working directly with us for each one. So it works pretty smooth.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And if you're listening out there, you can talk to Caitlin about that in your business. We only have 6-7 employees, but it worked great. So, yeah. I don't have any fish stories to tell you, Katrina. I really don't. And I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Hey, a little birdie told us that maybe there's some folks at the bank. They're taking a little break, a little vacation. Are you guys running the place? Is it you two that are kind of running the place?
Well, Chris, but
Varney,
you know.
Chris. No,
he's
you guys
just a nice guy, right?
He's just a quiet gentleman.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just so quiet.
Thanks, ladies.
Yes. Yep.
Appreciate it. By the way, thank you also when you don't come in. Custer Federal a lot of times donates this time to the Scenic Byway and other nonprofits. So thanks for that as well. Appreciate it. We'll take a break. Let's get a little music in. We haven't got any music in today.
No, I don't think so.
It's 1950s Day today.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
we did 90s country yesterday. Today it's 1950s music. So let's get it going here on The Breakfast Show.
Hello there, it's Erin with Rise Rehab and Performance. Spring has sprung and summer is just around the corner. We want you to feel ready for all the fun of the warmer months. Don't let your physical conditions slow you down. Rise to the occasions of your life. Is it farming and ranch work, summer sports, travel, whatever it may be, we want you to feel your best. Give us a call at 872-5800 to schedule your appointment today. Rehab, recover, rise.
Duda Plumbing, the guys you want when you need a new septic system or your existing system needs a good pumping. With Scott and Colton boasting over 40 years of experience, they know a thing or two about keeping things flowing smoothly. Don't wait until your backyard or basement smell like a swamp. Get on their schedule for a pump every 2 years. For the really tough spots, their sewer camera can spy on what their eyes can't catch. For over 40 years, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
8:47 is your time. Yes, we're playing 1950s music today, and we'll get to some more of that a little bit later on. I want to tell you a little bit about what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Interiors and Square One Boutique. And let's take a look here. Oh, Lola, you've done it again. This week, Lola is celebrating the start of summer, and she's having a super sensational summer shirt sale. The first day of summer is June 20th, so you'll receive 20% savings on all summer shirts. There's a super sensational summer shirt sale today, 20% savings at Chapin's. And they know construction is making it challenging, but you can always use the west and south doors. Come on in, Chapin's Square One Boutique, south side of the square in Broken Bow. It'll be worth your little teeny extra effort to get to the store on this Wednesday to save 20% on those shirts.
What was that again? That's hard. You did really well there. That's hard to say. What was it again?
Super sensational summer shirt sale.
Wow. Woo. Hey, we want to remind you about the 12th annual Custer County Tractor Ride, which is coming up this weekend, actually. They're going to hold it on Saturday, June 21st. They're going to start off in Westerville at Westerville Country Partners. That's where you will depart from. You'll start with breakfast at around 7, and then the tractors will take off on their ride at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, have a nice little mid-morning break, then break for lunch at noon, nice little mid-afternoon break, and then arrive back at Westerville around 4:30 on Saturday. $50 entry fee if you would like to participate, so bring your tractor. They encourage like antique tractors to travel approximately 50 miles throughout Custer County, and this is a fundraiser for Custer Care Center in Broken Bow. So for more information, you can call the center and talk to either Matt Denson or Peggy King. The number is 872-6303, 872-6303. The 12th annual Custer County Tractor Ride coming up on Saturday, June 21st.
Birthdays, let's take a look. Jimmy Allen is 40 today, country music singer. Second black artist to be named CMA New Artist of the Year after Darius Rucker. Carol Kane is 73 today, the actress who broke out in the 70s sitcom Taxi and went on to play Miracle Max's wife in The Princess Bride and stars in the Netflix series Hunters. Richard Madden is 39. Before playing Robert Stark on Game of Thrones, he played the prince in the 2015 Cinderella film. He recently starred also in some streaming series that are very, very popular right now. Blake Shelton is 49 today, and he has, of course, had several top charters in his career, and one of those would be Come Back as a Country Boy, big hit there. Sir Paul McCartney is 83 today, former Beatle and Wings frontman, the most successful rock composer of all time. Between his bands and his solo career, he's had 91 songs reach the top 10 and 22 number one hits. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Paul McCartney, 83 today, still performing, still making music, doing a lot of collaboration with different artists on stage here lately. Has been very active. This one will kind of fit what we're doing today, 50s music, but he covered this one, so let's play a little Paul McCartney.
Oh, darling.
Oh, darling. And he is celebrating his birthday today. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you on this Wednesday, 18th day of June.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this month is flying by.
Yeah. Yes. The summer feels like it's starting to fly by all of a sudden.
Well, as Lola said, the 20th is the actual day of
True.
summer, but we're already, having summer activities, no doubt, including baseball and softball.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be at the ball field for you tonight on KBBN Radio. We'll be set up at Paul Brown Field. I encourage you to come out and support the Broken Bow American Legion baseball teams tonight as they host Minden. Juniors and seniors doubleheader. Juniors game 5:30. Seniors game will follow around 8. We'll come on the air and broadcast the seniors game for you tonight on KBBN 95.3 FM and on the web as well at kbbn.com. And then tomorrow we'll move over to Tyke Arnold Field, going to bring you another broadcast of Broken Bow Spirit 18U softball this year, as Broken Bow will host DCB for a doubleheader starting at 6:30 on Thursday night. So join us for softball. And we also plan to spend a good portion of that broadcast, too, while we're calling the game, promoting the big Spirit of the Sandhill softball tournament coming to town this weekend. So we'll hopefully give you some more details about that. Tom Griffith, as many of you know, is one of the main organizers of the event. And if things work out with his schedule, I think he's going to join us a little bit during the broadcast. And we'll be talking about the tournament coming up this weekend as well.
That'll be fun to listen to.
Yes. Yeah, look forward to it.
All right, tomorrow, Thursday, blood drive, Anselmo Myrna School from 12:30 until 6:30 p.m. And they'd love to have you stop by and donate that life-saving donation. If you could do that, they'd appreciate it. That's at the Anselmo Myrna School, 12:30 to 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. And also tomorrow, a Burger Bash fundraiser at the grocery cart for the Ansley Rotary from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. And with a free will donation, you get a burger, chips, and a drink. Market on the Square tomorrow as well. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on. That starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow. And something looking down the road, if you're kind of wondering, well, what could we do with the kids this weekend? On Saturday, very important Kids Day, is a presentation of Hunters for Youth. And it's starting at 9 a.m. until noon at the lake in Ansley, free for the kids. Cast in your line and reel in fun. And I'm sure they're going to be having some prizes and so forth for that. And teaching the kids a little more about fishing on Saturday at the Ansley Lake. Thank you, Hunters for Youth. That starts at 9 o'clock and runs till noon at Ansley on Saturday. And there's some other things we'll be telling you about here this morning that are coming up. Lots of different things. Before we go too far here, before we forget, wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about the Wayne Mills services that took place this week. And we were able to get down to First Avenue with a lot of other people and display flags for the family and loved ones and friends who drove by on their way to Westerville for the burial service. Thanks to the folks who come up with that idea, VFW Post, American Legion, and all the volunteers. But it was pretty cool, and the fire department put up the big flag on the boom over the intersection there by Gateway Motors, and it was a very, very nice tribute to our last World War II veteran of this post here. So thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I know we all went, as many of us, I think Kristen might have been the only one left here. So we wanted to go down, and Jeremy has some video of that and some pictures and so forth on Sandhills Express. So thank you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say it. Blessed to live in an area that shows so much appreciation to those who serve our country, either have served or currently serving or will serve in the future.
Yeah.
There is a great appreciation for that in this area, and that is wonderful. That's the way it should be, in my opinion, and you see it in this area, and we're blessed to live here.
Should do good things for good people, right?
Yes.
That's the way it should work.
Provo, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Iran's supreme leader is threatening irreparable damage if the U.S. gets involved in its 6-day-old conflict with Israel. Israelis being advised to stay close to bomb shelters. Schools and non-essential businesses still closed. Tamar Weiss lives near Tel Aviv.
I wish everyone could be down here. I wish everyone would have a place that's as safe as here, because I think this is really the safest place in all of Ramat Gan, the whole city.
President Trump's made no secret of his admiration.
I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points.
He's expected to extend the deadline for TikTok's Chinese owner to divest for another 3 months. Wall Street will be watching closely when the Fed meets today. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
What we're looking for from the Federal Reserve is how many interest rate cuts we're going to get this year. They're going to give updated economic projections and just where they see inflation in the labor market going.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup for the second straight year, beating Edmonton again. 5-1 in Game 6, the final. Sam Bennett named playoff MVP after scoring 15 goals this postseason. Among the WNBA games, New York and Minnesota each won again. Indiana beat Connecticut, 20 points for Caitlin Clark. To Major League Baseball, it was the Dodgers over the Padres again, 8-6. Andy Pages hit 2 home runs in a 4-for-4 night at the plate. Wins on the road for Cleveland and Houston. Seattle ended Boston's 6-game winning streak 8-0. Cal Raleigh with an early grand slam, his 27th homer this year. St. Louis and Kansas City each won on the road. The Angels beat the Yankees in New York 4-0. The Yanks have been shut out 3 straight games. Atlanta came back to beat the Mets in 10 innings 5-4. Miami came back to beat Philadelphia 8-3, ending the Phils' 5-game winning streak. Colorado won at Washington.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance for isolated thunderstorms today, otherwise sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Daytime highs approaching 81. Northwesterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear tonight, lows dip down to about 56. Clear skies tomorrow, highs around 93. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
The folks at Nebraska State Bank want to wish you and your family a happy and safe summer, filled with lots of memory-making fun. Barbecues, swimming, ball games, and the county fair are some of the best parts of summer. They look forward to all the local celebrations and parades and hope to see you there too. Do your banking at nesb.bank. Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Visit the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow, located conveniently on Highway 2. From the highest quality cuts of meat to a great selection inside GK Wine and Spirits, it's at the GK. They take pride in their friendly staff and encourage you to join the rewards program at Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
It is 9:05. It's 61 degrees, cloudy skies, winds out of the north 5 to 10. Yesterday's high was 80 with an overnight low of 60, so the temperature hasn't changed much since overnight and early this morning. 3 inches and 23/100ths precipitation measured so far this month here at the studios. Just a few sprinkles on the windshield this morning. Couldn't squeeze anything out of the rain gauge, but we do have reports of rain to the east of us. Last night, Lois Hansen tells us they got a wonderful inch of rain. and that's 5 miles west of Sargent. And we were talking with Mark earlier over in Loop City. They had some rain this morning. So you may be getting some, we hope so, and to keep this growing season going, that's for sure. You just received a hot flash. Well, how do I want to call it a hot flash? A news flash. A hot flash would be something totally different.
Yes, we have information. We have information from the Broken Bow Chamber that we want to share with you, because tomorrow is Market on the Square. That's tomorrow, and there will be music in the square tomorrow from noon to 1, put on by the Broken Bow Music Boosters. Now, while they're performing, they are accepting donations because Broken Bow Music Boosters are part of the Give for Custer County Drive, which is going on here through the rest of June. So they welcome used instruments or monetary contributions. So help support them and enjoy the music, too, from noon until 1 in the square in downtown Broken Bow tomorrow. From 10 to 4, of course, you'll have all of the vendors coming out. Here's just some of them who are planning to be there. Gigi So, Perfect Creation, St. Paul's Evangelical Lutheran Church, Tropical Snow, Something Out of Nothing, Steve's Rocks, The Secret Garden, Anna's Papooses, Bennett's Bakery, Mickey Greenhouse, Debbie D's Bakery, Busy Bee Goods, Straight Arrow Bison, Country Crafters, C&D Tack Shack, and North Park Inclusive Playground Project. And the Broken Bow Chamber also reminds you that this weekend, don't forget about the Demolition Derby. Get ready for the crash, the chaos, and the crowd. Yeah, that's a good slogan. It'll be at the Custer County Fairgrounds. If you want to enter, check-in starts at 1 o'clock. The gates open to the public at 4. Ticket admission is right there at the gate. There's no advance ticket, so you just pay at the gate. It's pay by cash. Want to stress that at the gate, so come prepared. Adults $15, children 3 to 11 $8, and if you want to sit in the pits, the pit pass is $25. So enjoy Market on the Square tomorrow in downtown Broken Bow, and don't forget about the Demolition Derby coming up at the Custer County Fairgrounds on Saturday.
Thanks for the news flash, Brent.
Yes, you bet, Dave.
Appreciate it. I want to get Cadence Feldman in here. I got a question for her in just a little bit. Keep it right here. Today, yesterday it was 90s country. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but we'll figure something out to kind of keep it lively for you and a variety. Cadence Feldman is in the studio. Cadence, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. I have a question for you, a couple questions, really. First of all, I want to know more about the speech that you did so well with, and you borrowed some things from us last school year, and you did really well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so my speech, it was an entertainment speech, and entertainment speeches have to be under 8 minutes, and you get a 30-second kind of leeway there, and you have to write it yourself. It's all got to be your own, and you get to use props. So most people, they have like a big poster board, and they can put pictures on there. This year, I decided not to go with the poster board and just kind of held up some pictures. But yeah, so I did mine this year on working at the radio station and why people should listen in and not just for the sweet music.
Wow.
Wow.
Working here, that would certainly qualify for the entertainment category, I would think.
Yeah, and so usually when you write these speeches, you have 3 main points. So one of my things is we woke up on the breakfast show, then we called into Party Line, and finally we hit the mic and recorded some ads.
Ah, nice.
And you won, right?
Well, I got first at Broken Bow's meet, and I got first at our conference. And then at districts, I made finals, but I did not make it to state this year. But that's okay. I still had a great time with it.
You had fun with it. Now, Brent, your speech was your deal in high school. I think that was one of the things you really enjoyed. So I'm sure you're thinking, Cadence is going to use that speech class for about everything she does, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today behind this microphone had it not been for speech in high school. So, yeah, great to see you involved in that.
Yeah, I have a great time with it, with all the events, really.
Yeah, you seem to have a good time.
So that was your entertainment speech. Yep. What were some of the other events that you participated in?
We did an OID, and it was called Next to Normal, and it was kind of like a darker piece there, and there were 3 of us in that. And then for districts, I did not want to do extemporaneous speaking because I really don't like it that much. So I whipped up, for the very last meet of the year, I whipped up an informative speech about scuba diving.
Ah, there you go.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that just pop up? Or?
Well, I had to write a speech for my speech class, my college speech class, and she had a list of all these different topics, and one of them was scuba diving. And I was like, you know what? I'll just use it for both, and it'll be great.
Good idea.
So now I've got to be careful because speech has really changed from when I was participating back in the 80s, because you talk about entertainment speaking. I did that, I think, 4 years. I was in that category. But you couldn't use visual aids or anything like that when I was competing in it. But informative, there was... I mean, you had to use visual aids. Is that still the way it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the way it is, did you show up in scuba gear when you did the speech?
No, I did not. But I had lots of pictures of it.
Good.
On my boards. So.
All right. Well, if you don't know, folks, Cadence is a Litchfield senior, going to be a senior this year, which doesn't seem possible. And so the obvious question then, talking about speech and you do a lot of different extracurricular activities at your school. You're involved in
all but 2, I think.
All but 2. Okay, that narrows it down. So, what are you interested in? Are you taking some college classes now?
Yep. So last year I took college psychology and college speech, and then this year I'll take college English, and that's kind of the plan. Don't want to do too many, but just a couple.
Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. Does any of this kind of narrow it down for you as to what your maybe what your major might be if you go on to college? I assume you're going to.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'm trying to kind of figure out. I've toured Northwestern in Chicago, and that's kind of the dream school. It's a little bit of a reach there. It's kind of far away, and it costs a lot of money. But they have a great journalism program, and so I kind of want to go towards the broadcasting journalism type thing. And then my other option's UNL, and I think that'd be a good fit too. So
that area of Chicago is actually pretty nice. It's quite a school. And of course, UNL is, everybody that you talk to knows about how good some of their programs are. So you can't really go too far wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I hope that works out for you. The nice thing is with people your age and all the different things that you've experienced, you can go towards that journalism and turn that into about anything.
Yeah.
If you can do the speech and the writing and the communication, then you can do practically anything you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's June 20th is the first official day of summer. What do you got planned for the rest of the summer?
Lots of lake and camping trips. That's kind of one of the things that my family likes to do. We recently bought a camper. So, this is only about like the third year that we've had to bring it out. And we've got our old boat that we got when I was really little. And so we always like to take that out. And yeah, lots of lake and camping.
All right. Now, Brent, I'm going to turn it over to you with Cadence for a moment because you called some of her athletic events this past year, or years actually.
Yeah.
And I think Cadence might be a little bit jacked about some of the sporting events she's going to be in this year.
I would think so.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of returning people on your volleyball team that made it to a district final last year.
Yeah, we only had one senior last year, so hopefully we can make it to state this year. But we're gonna miss her. But it's also nice that everybody's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Good. And I know to be successful, so much of that starts in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. So right now in June, we've got our basketball going on, and then July is all volleyball, and we're going to the top 10 camp this year. And so, it'll be fun to see how it works out.
The top 10 camp is where?
In Kearney, I think.
Kearney? Okay. Good. Well, best of luck, and man, the fall sports season going to be here before we know it.
Yeah. I'm like counting down the days. I'm like, oh, conditioning is only a month away.
Yeah.
Well, we love having you here, Cadence. You've been a real great employee. When you're here, you work and you don't mess around. You write and you look for things to write. So we appreciate that very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. Stop in anytime.
Okay.
All right. More 50s for you here on the Breakfast Show. And let me get that
Take
started.
out the papers and the trash.
As we are talking about all the summer activities, why not, when you're out and about to some of the festivals and different things, rodeos and all the different things that go on in the summer, maybe display your farm or ranch name on your apparel. Or maybe when you get closer and get ready to go to school, you want some personalized things for when you go back to class or your kids go back to class. Velma can take care of that. She has shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and much, much more. And she brings ideas to life with top-quality custom embroidery. And if you're needing a gift, check out her selection of cowhide coasters, rugs, table runners, personalized just for you or for someone that you are giving the gift to. And if you need a unique gift for a baby shower, wedding, or special occasion, Velma has great ideas, and she can create something unforgettable. And she has personalized towels for gifts and all sorts of things for sports. And don't forget, she carries top-quality letter jackets, personalized to fit your student style. So don't hassle with shopping online and then you get it back shipped to you and you go, oh, that's not what I wanted. Get custom quality at great prices right here in Broken Bow. Call Velma today at 308-872-6173. 872-6173. Leave a message. If she doesn't answer, she'll get right back to you.
Well, if you look at the calendar, you'll find out that tomorrow is the third Thursday of June. And every third Thursday of the month, Rustic and Red in Cozad hosts their Sip and Shop. So they will do it for the month of June tomorrow. The store will be open from 10 until 7. The sipping will start at 4 o'clock. In-store specials, a chance to register for their door prize throughout the day. And here's some of the specials they have planned for you tomorrow at Rustic and Red. 20% off store-wide. Now, some exclusions may apply. Also going to be taking 25% off lanterns, 40% off ladies' apparel. And if you go to Rustic and Red, you'll notice they have a loft area in the store. Well, they have some ladies' apparel up in the loft. And for ladies' apparel in the loft tomorrow, they'll be taking 75% off of it. Plus, everyone gets a valuable coupon to use on their next visit. So if you're looking for a unique gift item, they have them. Gifts for all ages, gifts for men and women, weddings, baby gifts, or something fun for yourself. Check out this wonderful store. It's Rustic and Red in Cozad, hosting their Sip and Shop tomorrow. Store open from 10 until 7. Sipping will start at 4 o'clock at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad.
Thank you, Brent. Today is National Picnic Day, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
A picnic. The word picnic comes from a French term which means a meal eaten outdoors. Makes sense.
Yes.
A picnic. I don't know. Does that sound French?
Yeah. It did.
It's also National Panic Day, which you were just panicking there for a moment.
Yes.
That word comes, it's a Greek word.
Okay.
Yep. It was an ancient god of shepherds that started all of this.
Oh.
Yes. From Greek mythology, I suppose.
Okay.
Pan was an ancient god of shepherds. It was said that when he woke up from a nap, he would yell out, freaking out the flocks.
Oh.
Yes. Somehow that became a word for disorder. So many of us suffer from, or just feeling, stressed out and freaked out. It's a panic attack. But Pan, the Greek god, started all that when he woke up his flock.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I didn't know the origin of the term panic.
You
but
heard
I
it right here.
know it now. But if you're going to have a picnic, don't panic.
No.
Don't panic about putting together your picnic today.
I'm trying to find, and this is live radio. I'm trying
It
to
is.
find just one last. Oh,
you found it?
I found it. One last 50s song to close the show today. So appropriate. Just happened to run onto it. That's serendipity. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says if it's the right CD out of the right container, it should be good.
Yes.
I'm not making any guarantees. Now, let's see. We are short one live read yet.
Oh, yeah, I think we are. But I do have one here that we need to make sure people are aware of.
Okay.
Because the bar in Hazard is under new ownership, and they're sporting a new name. Love the name. I mean, if you're in Hazard, why not make it the Duke's Bar and Grill? Love it. And opening day for the bar is this Friday, June 20th. They'll open the doors at 5 o'clock on Friday evening. A regular menu of sandwiches, including, here we go. Remember, it's the Duke's Bar and Grill in Hazard. So here's some of the things they'll be featuring. The Luke, which is a hamburger, or the Bo, which is their cheeseburger. The Daisy is a Philly steak sandwich. Of course, you have to have the Boss Hog, a loaded chili cheese dog. The Uncle Jesse is their chicken fried steak sandwich, and the Roscoe is their hamburger topped with delicious barbecue sauce. Now, on Saturday, they're going to open at 11 o'clock Saturday morning with their full menu and also have smoked chicken quarters, pulled pork sandwiches, along with potato and salad bar that they'll be serving on Saturday when they open at 11 a.m. Now, their regular hours will be Tuesday through Thursday, open from 11 until 10, open Friday and Saturday from 11 to 1. They will be closed on Sunday and Monday. So come on out on Friday, June 20th, when they open the doors at 5. See them on Saturday, too. They're going to have a big day. They're excited to be open and ready to meet you all. So stop in to the Duke's Bar and Grill in Hazard. Yee-haw!
I think Kaiten says she has a friend maybe that might be going to work there, so check that out. Arnold Community Foundation have what they call Be a Game Changer event in conjunction with the Give for Custer County on Sunday. Free will donation meal and competitive team game event. The meal will be from 5 until 7. Games from 6 until 9:30 p.m. Sign up your team and help raise money for Arnold projects. And remember, the money you raise will receive a match from the funds from the Custer County Foundation in honor of this great event. Give for Custer County started this Monday. If you have some thoughts out there on who you'd like to give your money to, do it now. And you can do that by going online to the foundation website, mailing a check, or stopping by in downtown Broken Bow and giving some money to your chosen nonprofit. Talk a little bit about Quality Senior Villages. We oftentimes mention them because we very often feel gifted and privileged to have something that specializes in care for dementia and Alzheimer's patients. They're located here in Broken Bow. Quality Senior Villages was built for that specific service. And so it's safe, it's locked down. They have people with those folks all the time. They have an outdoor area now for people to go out. They make sure they are active, and they have 3 square meals a day, and they have constant monitoring by the staff there at Quality Senior Villages. If that's something that is in your life that you need to plan for, talk to them now at Quality Senior Villages. They can help you out and make some plans with you and answer some questions. Just stop by, give them a call. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow.
Yeah, well said.
All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we found out, thanks to one of our listeners who sent information about robins, that they lay 1 egg a day until they're done. Many times 2 eggs, up to 4 eggs.
Yep. If I read it right, it kind of sounds like 3 maybe is the norm.
That's the norm. We have 3 in the nest now.
Mm-hmm.
Hatched 2 earlier this spring in the same nest. We didn't really get our question answered. Is it the same pair or somebody new that moved in?
Yeah, don't know.
We don't know. But we do know that there's 3 eggs in there right now. When Jack was out there this morning, he said there was either a male or a female sitting on the eggs. And there is occasionally nests that get filled up with more eggs than that because they're competing for the same nest.
Yeah, the information that was sent to us said it's rare, but it could happen, I guess.
And I thought, just the way my old mind works, that it was probably these robins were hippies.
Oh.
And
okay.
They decided they were going to all live together in a commune. And not fight.
Good.
And enjoy Mother Nature together, our fine feathered friends, the robins. They provided a lot of entertainment for us, and they can in your place too. If you have a chance, put up a feeder and a bird bath, and you won't regret it. It's a lot of fun. Right now, Brett and I have both seen orioles in our neighborhood.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure that's what was hanging out in one of our trees. Shelley was the one that noticed it. Like, wow, what's that bird? And I looked out, and I'm like, that looks like an Oriole.
That looks like a baseball player.
Exactly. That's kind of how I knew it was an Oriole, actually, was because I know baseball and the Baltimore Orioles, their mascot. And I'm like, that looks like what they wear on their jersey, so it must be an Oriole.
That's how Brent would identify.
Yeah.
By the way, they have a unique song or sound that they make, chirp, whatever you want to call it. And Joan was playing it on her phone and comparing it to, and it is an Oriole singing.
Oh, neat.
We have Orioles singing in our neighborhood.
And we have a squirrel with a stubby tail.
Yeah, no tail.
Right.
Stubby himself. And we have ears of corn around the neighborhood because Monty across the street feeds birds with ears of corn.
Yeah, and squirrels.
And squirrels, and they carry those in other places. Even Stubby can handle it. These are very important stories.
Yeah.
And they don't hurt anybody, and they don't have to be debated, and we don't have to get into argument about it. But we do want to close the show honoring our hippies out back, our robins, who, well, they're not living together yet. If we get 3 more eggs, then we can claim that they're hippie robins. These are just everyday regular citizens. So here we go. Day. Hope you enjoyed that. I, again, don't know what we'll be playing tomorrow, but we'll try to mix it up for you so you don't get into a musical rut. There are many musical rut situations out there. We don't want to be one of them. That's all I got to say.
All right.
That's a hot flash for you. I mean a news flash. Anything else before we close the show?
No, I don't think so. We mentioned baseball. We'll have baseball on the air for you tonight. KBBN Radio, Broken Bow against Minden. We'll broadcast the seniors game for you, 8 o'clock. Come on out, cheer on the juniors, 5:30. A couple of league games in the West Division of the Mid-Nebraska League tonight at Paul Brown Field.
Thank you, Brent. Join us tomorrow, and we'll see what happens on Thursday. I'm going to take a quick time out and be back with one final thought.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything better than getting rewarded? Let us ask you this. How many reward apps do you currently have on your phone? Are you 2 purchases away from that free coffee or maybe a sandwich? Well, maybe we have one last question. Are you being rewarded for spending? If you said no, we can help you change that. At Bruning Bank, we offer 4 levels of our Bruning Bank credit card so we can best match you with the credit card suited for your lifestyle. The best part? You earn rewards with every purchase. Give us a call today at 308-872-2757 or visit BruningBank.com to learn how you can make the most of your purchases. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
The final thought is thank you to our listeners and supporters, our business partners. This has been a miracle ride here at KCNI, KBBN. I've always told people this station has its own heartbeat, and it's just been fantastic since 1949. And the reason the heartbeat keeps on beating steady every day, well, it gets a little erratic sometimes, but it's all because of you out there listening and supporting your locally owned homegrown radio station. So thank you, and double thank you.
Well said.
We'll close the show now.
Okay.
Jack's going, yeah, no, they were going to shut up.